case anyone didn't notice, there's a whole lot of you out there. And I'm comforted to know that if I were to pass out right now, there's some 100 people who would turn me on my side and secure my airway. So, thank you. I also remember orientation, that very first day of class, when we were just a group of strangers sitting around a classroom, looking at each other with great fear, and knowing that we were about to do something really amazing together. I specifically remember we were told, this could be the hardest thing that you've ever done, and don't be surprised if you cry a lot. And I don't think that we let them down. So we got to work, and we got to work on what seemed like an endless list of reading assignments and quizzes and tests and online discussions and care plans and clinical skills. We ate a lot of food. We drank a lot of water. We went to bed late. We woke up early. We never fell asleep in class. We used our computers exclusively for taking notes. And we always paid attention. We had our kidneys captured, we had our skin inspected, we had our sounds auscultated, our organs percussed. We were superficially and deeply palpated. We learned medications, we learned how to give injections, we learned how to insert various tubes of various sizes into various openings. We learned that the work of nursing is done mostly in groups, and that out there in the real world we'll be doing many of our nursing activities together, and we got a lot of experience in groups. We learned that sometimes you just have to make that group work. Yeah. But we found that often we could accomplish even more together than we could by ourselves. We experienced a lot of change. Yes, you can groan, it's okay. But we learned that good or bad, wanted or not, change will happen. And so we learned to be adaptable, and we absolutely never complained about it. We met incredible nurses who we wanted to emulate, and we met the other kind. We learned the importance of leadership by the example of the outstanding nurses that we had the privilege to know in the clinical setting and in the classroom. We had teachers who kept us engaged with tales of zombies, quick and dirty handouts, and handfuls of hope. We learned not just to trust the machine, but to always check our human. We learned adjectives like sketchy bear and hobgoblin-y. We learned all this, and now here we are at this final day of class, this day we've all worked so hard towards. We prepared to transition into our future careers, and we ask ourselves, who are we now? We're the manage-uppers. We're the aid-etters. We are the optimistic and smiling faces of hope. We are the grounded and rational voices of comfort. And we're the humble presence of condolence. We're the welcoming committee for tiny new humans coming into the world. And we're the guides for those who are leaving. We are young and old. We are tall and short. We're men and women. We're an eclectic census of races, ethnicities, and cultures. And today we're nurses. The great Jedi Obi-Wan Kenobi said, with great power comes great responsibility. And we too now have a great responsibility, the responsibility to our patients. We must be critical thinkers. We must come up with creative solutions to use the limited resources that we'll have at our disposal. We must do the greatest good that we can with them. We must truly believe that each of us can make a difference. We must take care of ourselves so we can be healthy and energetic and give the best care that we can to our patients and our communities and our families. We must play well with others, and like so many group projects before, we must get the job done together with or in spite of our group. We must be educators, not only for future new graduates, but for patients, and even for those well-established nurses who have been doing it that way since before you were born. We must constantly use the latest research in science and use that as the evidence to support our practice. And we must dedicate ourselves to being lifelong learners. We must always, always remember what it is that gave us the passion that we needed to get to where we are today. And we must nurture and grow that passion so that we'll be passionate nurses 20 years from now, or when you're eligible for Social Security benefits, whichever happens to come first for you. And finally, and I know this is redundant, but our gratitude is redundant, we are grateful. And we are grateful for the uncountable ways that our friends and our families supported us through all this, because without that support, many of us may not have gotten to this point. It has been said already, and it is true, that we have become like a family over these last semesters, and yes, indeed, we did spend more time with each other than our own families. We built friendships, we shared so many experiences together, and we consumed a lot of food and beverage together. But today is a parting of the ways of sorts. After today, we all prepare to go off to our future pursuits, and there's a good possibility that we may not see each other for a long time, maybe even ever again, and we're saddened by it. But though time and distance will separate us, we will forever be bonded by our experiences here at Lakeview. It's a bittersweet day. We're full of pride and joy at our accomplishments and having completed our program of study. But we feel a sense of loss of the relationships that we've built and loss of our identity as a student. I'd like to close with one very short quote, because I feel that it very best sums up the duality of the emotions that we feel. So in the words of Professor Wright, beep bop boop. Thank you.